Welcome to the book of Shmuel, Alef, chapter 29, Perek Chavtet, where I'm going to ask you to have a split screen, split down the middle, two completely different scenes taking place at the same time. On the one hand, you have Shaul and Bnei Israel preparing for a grand war with Plishtim. They're assembling all the Bnei Israel soldiers to get ready for that. On the other hand, you have David and his people who, how insanely, are living with Plishtim. And so the question is, are they going to be now in the war that is fought against Bnei Israel? That's where things have reached. And so that's the split screen that we need to have here when we look at it. So Plishtim gather to Afek, and Bnei Israel are in Yisrael. And Plishtim, remember, is like the United States. You have New Jersey, you have New York, you have Pennsylvania. So there's different Plishti states, and they all come together. Now, who is the one that's hosting David? Achish, the king of Gat. But it doesn't mean that the other Plishtim love David. So the Plishtim are getting their united army together from all their different little city-states. And they come and they see, believe it or not, they see David in their camp. And they come to Achish and they're like, hey, why do you have these Hebrews? And so Achish is like, nah, this guy is one of ours. He's the enemy of Shaul. Remember, Shaul was chasing him. Don't worry about him. We can trust him. And they're like, what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Get him out of here. Do you not remember that this guy is a Hebrew and he's going to try and appease his people by turning on us? Get him out of here. This is David who killed Goliath. And everyone's like, oh, what a good guy. He killed tens of thousands, and David only killed, and Shaul only kills thousands. And so Achish feels bad about his guest. And he says to David, listen, sorry, I am so sorry about what happened here, but you cannot join us for this war. Of course, David is happy to not join them because he doesn't want to go to war against his own people. And so David is like, fine, but he pretends to be upset. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like me? What's going on? Anyhow, nonetheless, he says, okay, you're out of here. First thing in the morning, guys, get out of here. You, David, and your people cannot be part of the Plishti camp going to fight Bnei Israel. You're not one of ours. And we know you've had a history of fighting against Plishtim. David is like, all right, what can you do? I tried. I'm sorry. That is what happens in Perek Chavtet. David is out of this camp, and Plishtim are now going towards Israel, towards the war. That is Perek Chavtet. There's a major showdown coming up, as you can tell, and we will see that in the next chapter. So what did we have in Chavtet? We have the Plishtim gathering all of their armies to Afek, Bnei Israel camping out in Yisrael. And as the Plishtim are going through the different divisions, the different armies that they have, they see Achish, the king of Gat, of the Plishtim, with David, and they're like, what's he doing here? What's a Hebrew doing here? And he's like, oh, don't worry. Achish is like, don't worry, this guy's one of ours. He's not against us. He's against Shaul. And they're like, no, the Plishtim are like, no way. You can't have David come with us. Don't you remember that people used to say how he struck tens of thousands of Plishtim? Get him out of here. And so David tells, Achish tells David, I'm so sorry. I know you're my guest. I know I invited you, but you got to get out of here. They don't trust you. You're a Hebrew. You're from Bnei Israel. You can't join us in the war against Bnei Israel. David pretends to be kind of upset that he's not getting to go to this war. And he's told, no, sorry, get out of here first thing in the morning. And now the war is about to come. Next chapter, Perek Lamed.